Servants, welcome back to Professor Purity. I know that it's been a while since I've been able to make a video, but despite the fact of everything that's been going on in life today, I haven't had it that easy, my servants, I meant to say. Excuse me. I've also been very tired. That is why I messed up. So again, excuse me, and I'm sorry, my servants. But you know how life is. Same pile of crap, different type of pile. But today, I want to talk about the final number in my videos about numbers. I'm going to talk about, finally, the number 10. I will talk about number 10, and then go on to what, in the end of Professor Providence's videos, mean by stay one with yourselves, stay in tune with yourselves, and always be happy. Or whatever it is. But I will figure it out, my servants. Do not worry and do not fret. I will figure it out. I am Professor Purity. Let us begin with number 10. And this is going to be a very special one, my servants. Because I want all of you today to realize that I would like you to put on some music. I will pause and wait until you get some nice, calming, soothing, relaxing music on as I read number 10. I will wait 10 seconds from now, starting now. Okay, if you needed longer, pause this video until further notice. Now, as I was saying, number 10. Here we go. Number 10. This number, when discussing it, talks about the divine angelic realm. There are many questions that may come to mind, especially when you repeatedly keep seeing a particular number. One such question that often arises is, what does it mean when you keep seeing the number 10? If you see the number 10, it is a sign that the angels are already with you, and they are trying to get your attention. The angelic meaning of number 10 is it's a positive omen and a sign that you are going through a period of growth and also change. It is a divine message from your spiritual guides that everything is aligning in your own favor and that you are about to also experience a period of personal growth and spiritual awakening. Another angelic meaning of the number 10 is in one word: prosperity. Number 10 is a symbol of great fortune, wealth, and abundance in your life. If you have been seeing the number 10 and all its angelic meanings, then that means all of your positive energy and determination have paid off. You are already about to receive some very good news, and very likely it will have an impact on your life. Finally, number 10 also symbolizes regeneration and rejuvenation. You will feel like a new person once you receive the good news and benefit from it. Ah. That, my servants, that is what it's like. That is what it's like to have something like numbers 1 through 10. Excuse me, servants. I had yawned. Now, I like to put these numbers together in the remaining time that we have left. Number 1. Let me get to there in a second. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I like to think of the numbers in my own way, and put them in an analytical sense that only I can understand. And you can do the same thing for yourself. You have what it takes. But I'll show you for an example my analytical life of how numbers 1 through 10 are in my favor. And I'll detail off specific analogies of what that means. And starting with number 1. It is obvious that... Excuse me, servants. Now, number 1 is very obvious. It details the fact that you are the number 1 in your own video game you call life. And now this... This is the pinnacle of all things possible for you. You need to discover what your analogy for number 1 through 10 is. Number 1 is literally when you're number 1. You are number 1 in life. You are number 1 at your job. You are number 1 in the spiritual significance of what you're doing for a hobby. You are number 1 in all the fun that you desire. You are number 1 in making friends. You are number 1 in everything in life because you're of God, and God is number 1 first, always. Anyway. And also this. You have the power to actually think like God. Because you are a God. Not the God, but you are God of your own life. Now like that, because it's true. Because you know what I mean. And it's awesome. That awesome feeling that you get when you know that you are number 1. When you have accomplished something in your life that's of great value to you, you think of it as number 1. And you reward yourself for that. Like with 1 scoop of ice cream. Or one anything in life. Less is more. Number one means that you are more than who you are. You are more important. You are number one. If you choose to have one scoop of ice cream, that's less, but you'll know that it's one scoop for you as being number one, if you're trying to get rid of some exercise. Anyway. But you are number one in the process. You have less, but you are more. So that, analytically speaking, is less is more. But you know, I have great potential that you'll be number one. Now, moving on with number two. Number two talks about this, my servants. A powerful symbol indicating spiritual growth, abundance, life, changes, and harmony. The number two is like all that. But with all that powerful, abundant spiritual growth and harmony, it's the best, because it's some things first is not the worst and second is the best. First is the bestest. Second is the best. And third is the one who puts God to the rest. Anyway, but when you're number two, it's like you have two things of everything. You have two shoes. You have two hands, two arms, two legs, two eyes, two holes in the bottom of your nose. Anyway, you also have two ears to hear with. To hear with the knowledge that I'm trying to tell you, my servants. So having a number two is not bad at all, ever. Number three, talking about the Holy Trinity. In my life, in my analogy, number three meant everything good. And for Satan, it was 3 strikes. 1, 2, and 3. And he's out of my life, and I'm completely purified. With the Holy Trinity, of course, though. But you know how that goes all the time. But you know, it's always been like that for someone like me all the time, right now here. But you know, I have that. I have this power with the number 3. Like, for example, another analogy is this. Just the other day, I had, like, 3 cookies and some tea. I had 1 cup of tea, so I was number 1. Then, I had 3 cookies. So I had the Holy Trinity of cookies, plus number 1 feeling like I was hot as tea. And I was. Besides all of that, I was just like, I was in awe by this analogy. So you had 3. So I had 3. I had 3 cookies, 3 mini cookies, and they were so delicious, and I loved it. Because I could taste the Holy Trinity of God in there, in those cookies. And I really could. And I really was in love with 3. And I still am. Number 4, in my analogy of life, it also represents life. It also represents joy and life and peace also. Along with that, it also represents life along with anything, like literally anything else in life. I have so much to live for. For four. That's what it means. I figured it out in my lifetime here. For meaning, for the excitement. It's for God. It's for God. It's for God! I said it 3 times, so I have holiness. It's for God. Now it's 4 times because I said it 4 times. For life. For life itself. And now love is 4 letters, and I have love. And I have peace. I love life. Life has got 4 letters. Live has got 4 letters. Long has got 4 letters. Love, live, long. Live long, live life, live love. Also, I figured it out. A while back I had another epiphany about the number 4 itself altogether. There was that one time where I had just had I'm thinking, servants. I had just thought about it in Yu-Gi-Oh! How they start the duel off with 4,000 life points apiece. 4 meaning life, and 1,000 meaning 1,000, meaning a millennia. So basically, with all those 4,000 life points, they were literally living forever. But that was another analogy. 5. 5 meaning another great thing. And just as so you know, my own servants, I was keeping down all the list of all the things that pertain to all the numbers in my own life as my own God in life through the Lord. And I love that so much. I love that. But now I'm also gonna talk about number 5. So now here's number 5. Meaning the fact that I will say that number 5 is... it's one very special number that I basically was... I had another epiphany. They all go so fast in my head. I hope the music is still running because I hope you're enjoying this video of Professor Purity. Number 5. It's all about number 5. Now, Number 5 entails the fact that I was at a track meet one time for Cicero North Syracuse, and I saw the most beautiful runner there. About a runner who had a last name with 5 letters, and her name was Tuohy. Tuohy. And I said, 5 letters in her last name. So when I saw number 5, I said to myself, number 5 symbolizes spiritual accomplishment. And number 5 is also mentioned 318 times in the Bible. So one day in school, I looked her up. I did some digging around, and I found that the 318 times found in the Bible, the number 318, that was also her birthday, 318. March, which is the 3rd month, and 18th, day number 18 of the month of March. And I love that. I love it. Because all the pieces of analogy in my life, they all go together. I found certain people, places, and things that pertain to numbers 1 through 10 for today that I'm talking about today. Boy, I really pulled this off. Now I feel good about it. So I had the chance to talk to her, know her a little bit more, obviously, and I felt very accomplished because it was a spiritual accomplishment. Like I said, what number 5 meant. That's what it meant, actually. And now I have spiritually accomplished a lot of things with number 5. That was one of them. Hopefully I can see her again. Anyway, God bless that. I believe God heard my number 5 prayer. Anyway, number 6, pertaining to the 6 Rocky movies. I, for one, had this wrapped up in my head for a long time. I had this wrapped up in my head for a very long time. And I had to think about it for a second. Number 6 represents, in my life, the 6 Rocky movies. It also represents the number 6, that also another analogy. Sadly, it does represent 666, the number of the spiritual beast of the pits of the hell. But I won't get into that, because this is a pure channel. And I want to make you all happy. So let's not talk about 666, let's just talk about 6. So now, there's a sweet side to number 6, by the way. You can have 6 cars, 6 houses, 6 boats, 6 pools in your house, 6 wives. I mean, if you want to go that far, I mean, don't let me stop you. I mean, it's your life. But I trust you to follow the righteous path of Professor Purity. But I love you all, people. Now, if it was 66666, that would be okay because it's 6 sixes and not 3 sixes. Now, oh, as in 6-volt battery, there's 6 volts in a battery. And you could have 6 volt batteries, and you could be 6 times as strong. Your car could be 6 times as fast, and you can go 6 times as crazy as you could ever hope to go. Now, number 7. As in 777. There is 7. There's 7. 7 is everywhere. God is everywhere. Every time I see the number 7, every time I see the number 7, every time I see the number 7, my servants, I like to always see that as like 777, 7777. If I had a 7-digit code, it would be 777, 7777, because I like to keep the 7 perfect numbers, all 7, and I will. And I will. And I will. That was perfect. I said that 3 times. But I will. I'll keep my life 777 for as long as I live until the day I die. Now, number 8. 8 is a new beginning, as in 2018. 2018 was a new beginning of a new year. That was the day I actually went to see the 318 girl with her 5-letter last name, my servants. That was awesome, because it was a new beginning for me to meet her. It's a new beginning for me to actually meet new people, places, and also things. They're all new beginnings. We have to think that, because 8 is an infinite loop of infinite beginnings, infinite new endless beginnings. And even when they're not number 8, you have to think that life is always going to be number 8. Now, number 9. That's also what we will talk about now here, is number 9. Because I will have you know that the number 9 is like number 8. Because it also not only emanates a flow of a new beginning for all people, but it also entails the fact that when I saw her run her 909 for 3,000 meters, that mystery girl, at the state meet in 2018, it was like a 777, a perfect gift from God altogether for me to meet her. This number 9, when I saw that in the form of a palindrome, 909, I just couldn't help myself. I just couldn't help myself. I saw myself in her. When I saw 909, I saw the beauty of the spiritual awakening. Her finishing her race in 909, finishing her race in a powerful conclusion, as what number 9 states. So with 909, it's a double powerful conclusion. 0, you don't give a crap about 0. But the 7 was meaning she was from God. And the 1 is because she was number 1. Think about it, my servants. With number 10, it was also the spiritual sign of the great fortune and wealth and abundance in my life, because it was what the angels is trying to tell me. With this woman, I might have a chance at spiritual growth with her, and I love it. I might get a chance to know her even more. And about all the other people and places and things in life that are my family and my own friends altogether as well, I'd have to say that the people here are, when you get down to it, your very best of friends. And in the end, when I saw number 10, I saw myself spiritually growing. And when I saw her, I felt like I was spiritually growing with her. Not only in the running realm, but I was also growing by my own self. Okay, my servants. And like I said, number 10 means that about my positive energy and determination is going to show off and make up for itself, which means I'm already going to receive some good news about this little thing that I have going with her. And many other of my friends and family members that are just as important also. Anyway. But I want to benefit from it. That's what it means by number 10. The word benefit means learn and absorb information from it. I want to learn and absorb the information from my number 10. For my spiritual growth, for my abundance, and my great fortune of number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 altogether. That, my servants, was the best one I've ever done. What's your analogy? Find out later. Stay holy, stay happy, stay Christ-like until next sermon.